Hello and welcome, or welcome back. More episodes of Are You Next, Hybe's new survival show program, have come out, and you know what that means. Time to rank more performances. This week we had what were called deathmatch battles, where two teams of girls had a combination performance, showing off each of their strengths and competing for points to win. First up, we have the fearless performance. This one was a little hard for me to enjoy because of the editing. I'll be honest, that's probably why it's ended in the last spot for me. They really milked this one for all they could in editing. I don't think I needed to see his prior mistakes 5 times at various different speeds. She's apparently only been in training for about a month and is 16 years old. In my eyes, it was kind of unfair how they overemphasized her mistake previously. It's a pretty difficult moment in the song, but she finished it out well in the performance. I was super confused at the rankings of this group overall, and just the performance in general. I think they definitely have the ability to pull good things off, but I feel like the editing was not in their favor. I think it was interesting to see both sets of competitors perform together. In my opinion, it leaves more places to see obvious issues and obvious strengths. I'm also surprised Funa ranked lowest in her group again. I don't know if they're treating her slightly more harshly or what here, but I think it was odd she was singled out when she's definitely fine. As good as the other girls. I guess someone has to be last. Overall, this performance didn't wow me too much, and I think having a mid-group face off a low group gave little storyline, so they had to exploit one when it cropped up. I think this was more an attempt at making entertaining television than evaluating the girls' talents personally. Next up in the middle of the pack, we have the give and take in performances. I was a little worried for all these girls, I won't lie. This choreography is no joke and there's little room for hiding weak vocals. For the girls in the low group, I think there's a great way to get some solid redemption time in. Putting yourself up for this kind of challenge and executing it solidly after being ranked low says a lot about personal character. It was unfortunate to see Aroa fall, but watching her get up and walk it off was really admirable. They definitely did a replay of the moment, which kind of sucks, but I feel like they didn't beat it into the ground as much, and I kind of have come to expect that from these survival show programs. Unfortunately, I think in general, the high group was just less put together and less strong compared to the low group, especially with Jiwoo's vocals in the end. Honestly, her and Jihyun really impressed me in general, and I think it was hard to be able to contend with that overall. Solid work from both groups, but like I said, tackling the challenge of this song, especially when you've been placed low, and smashing it out of the park really bodes well for all of the girls, but especially these two in the competition. Next up we have my favorite, the attention performance. I think this is a great song choice for the show. It's youthful, bright, and super popular. Before I get into reactions to individuals, I do want to say that this was easily my favorite, and it makes me hopeful for these kinds of concepts for a future group over the chic, confident concepts of lesserafim. Although, I do also enjoy lesserafim. I noticed in this performance they had Chanel in the center a ton. And every time the judges were nodding and approving and they cut to that, it was funnier and funnier. Listen, she's a solid performer, and I think she's the most popular, according to fan cam views anyway, and I think she did really well. But at first I was like, maybe production only favors her a little. But as time has gone on and episodes have come out, I'm thinking to myself, I think maybe production favors her a lot. She's definitely under the microscope, possibly more than any of the other girls. I would definitely be complaining about that if she were younger, but at 20, I think it's interesting to watch what she does under the pressure. Another standout for me was Jimena. She was doing really solidly here, and it seemed like she was having a great time. She's quite young, and her cuteness, I think, will endear her to people, and at minimum, the other girls. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it seems to be a strength for her. Yuna was the standout for me from the high group, but honestly, I think all the girls in this performance did super solidly, and no matter where they placed, they all endeared me to their cause in a major way. Overall, I think all the girls should be pretty proud of their performances from these last few episodes. It definitely sucks that there were some missteps and they were emphasized in the editing, but I'm sure they can recover and learn from their mistakes for next time. Anyway, please subscribe if you liked my video. I like to make videos about survival shows going on right now, like Are You Next and Queendom Puzzle. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.